So this is very apt for the World Peace University to work on this. It's a major project of eradication of biological and chemical weapons. So let us get blessing of Ganpati ji. And then all my earlier speakers, they were trying to give an elaborate discussion about nuclear wars and subsequently what is happening there. The whole world is engrossed in protecting ourselves from the nuclear war. And as a TED Talk series, Bill Gates has said that we are not prepared for simple biological warfare or maybe something like a say viral epidemic. Now, as a university, we stand for humanism, for tolerance, for reasons, and adventure of ideas. And I think as a WP university, it has been most appropriate, and let me congratulate both for taking this, say, very appropriate topic for the world peace, because we call world peace, and this is world peace. And therefore, we need to travel from resource-based economies to the knowledge-based economies, and society and everybody looks at university for the responsibilities. And I think by organizing these conferences, we are satisfying these responsibilities. Now I'm certain, I think I might be giving more justice to biological warfare, and this whole thing was with Michael Christian's book and movie called Andromeda Strain, where I'm not going to say show much, but then whole thing is about a satellite and coming in New Mexico, where they were showing some which was able to do what is called destruction and then create whole species in creating so what is called it gets inside. Scan all sectors, and then this was such that the whole thing was taken out, and this was a movie which created something about the biological warfare. Now, I just want to find out that how universities can help in getting these biological warfares. And then I think the first thing that I want to suggest is we all of the international community after the corona pandemic, you think that the whole thing is because of a biological warfare. And therefore we need to find out what are the various treaties, various conventions. I'm not going to much detail, but then United Nations already has this. And as a university, I think we need to give leadership to the world to find out a better treaty, because nobody wants in biological warfare and nobody wants to do anything. But then because somebody is doing it, I think that would be the greatest service as university to lead, to find out how the biological warfare can be stopped and how all those agents manufactured can be stopped. The greatest danger of this is that they could land up with a terrorist, and then biological weapon could be used and leading to bioterrorism. I think this treaty has to be given by World Peace University to the world to find out how effective it is. Now let's find out what is happening is all biological warfare is going in detail, and therefore all these agents, everybody talk of that, but then there might be a lot of other agents which has not been say seen and studied and might be available. So we need to create a research by the universities for the potential organisms of biological warfare. And secondly, suppose we have a treaty to find out how to monitor the programs of the countries. And these are the various agents, category A, category B, category C. And in the category C, we can see the corona. And therefore, what is required to use an artificial intelligence to view what's called the cognitive domain of the text mining of the biological warfare, and create a AI system, a platform to find out what are the various biological agents available. And therefore, there are so many that the human intelligence is not enough. So I can quote you that after the corona pandemic, the benevolent AI, they put an AI system to use, and they found out more than 1 billion molecules to use, and then they were able to find out exactly what is working. So on similar basis, we could use an artificial intelligence system to find out exactly the spectrum of biological warfare. And then we need to study what are the methodology used for delivering these agents, and then we'll go further. Now, let me now come to viruses which is being used, which can be used as a biological agent, because these are most animals. The viruses, they just get attached. Now this is corona to the androgen converting receptor, and then it goes inside what is called by a process called as endocytosis. And then once it goes inside, they take care and they engulf inside, and then they take whole mechanism of protein production within the cell by converting into mRNA and then putting into it. And therefore, once it goes inside, then instead the protein being secreted by a cell, it starts producing viruses, and they become a factory of virus. And then all these viruses, they come out, and then by endocytosis. So this is, I think, the most intelligent, they are not even organisms, because they are alive only within the cell. And therefore, this potential is being used by all of us.
Large isoproteins are used by the...
And then they go on mutating, and therefore once they mutate, then it becomes still difficult. So all these guys who are using for biological warfare are trying to use this mutation, and where also we require an AI system. And then the viruses now, they are getting sick, they create what is called as a synthetic biology. And now the viruses are nothing but RNA and DNA. These are the primitive animals, and therefore once we have that, it's very easy to create. And if you create something new, that is far more dangerous than natural, because the synthetic poliovirus. And at this juncture, people are thinking that the coronavirus is a synthetic virus, because it is so powerful that all the ecosystem of a natural virus is not there, and a natural virus cannot be so dangerous. And now this is what is called as this is a woman called China's Batwoman. So she says that the coronavirus is a tip of iceberg, and there are so many viruses around, and then there might be several in the bats, and therefore we are just showing just a tip of iceberg. So what is required is to do an entire research to find out whole profile of all those viruses, which can be done, and therefore what is required is how they can stop by using biological warfare. Now we have evil empires like China and Korea. Now everybody is suspecting the whole virus of pandemic of corona has been from China, because otherwise now they are being evil empire, they don't follow ethical principles. Otherwise, how when the whole world is fighting against corona, people are dying, and China is creating border problems, disputes. They're going into our India, they're going into South China, going to Hong Kong. So I think that whole thing gives a suspicion that it might be whole thing as biological warfare. And then the other thing is North Korea, which has the biggest facility available for creating the biological threats.
Bacteria and virus with North.
No, the problem is all these biological laboratories can accidentally release viruses, and therefore it's still more dangerous, because they don't want to have biological warfare, but then something finds accidentally. And once something finds accidentally, we have to use again some AI system like they used by Kamran Khan after he has a company called Blue Dot, and where the biological, say after the virus pandemic, he was able to just exactly tell you where the viruses will be going. So I think this is all about creating a situation and research in biological warfare. Now we have to train leaders, and therefore the leaders are required, because these all leaders will handle the pandemic, and therefore training to create leadership in biological warfare preparedness. And I think we have the School of Governance, then there are other universities, they have School of Democracy. We should have programs in how to handle the biological warfare, pandemics. And this what is required is called meta leadership. And therefore this meta leadership goes beyond. And this is one where everything of leadership is required to report, to find out. It is 360-degree leadership of the event, the context, and the problem and the culture. So I think all these requires a study in detail about how is the biological warfare going, how to control, how to monitor, how to stop that, and therefore this requires a detailed research. And I would appreciate Dr. Vishwanath at MIT Peace University to start a chair in biological warfare under MIT WPU. That might be a most impactful thing to happen in giving leadership to the world. Obviously, we require 10 people to find out what are the things happening. Now, there are several programs are available. MIT WPU should start programs. Universities in India, I always say that they don't use their academic autonomy. Now, there are several universities we are having a master's degree in biological weapons, and Oxford is starting similar programs. I think MIT WPU or whole universities in India looking at biological warfare should create the people to find out and how to train them and therefore create a program. And obviously, I want to end with this what is called as appreciative inquiry. So we want to find out what is the problem going. So we need to dream a society, a world without biological warfare, say biological agents, and then design what we can do and then deliver. I think with this 4D cycle, we can have something to do, all the universities can do to help to get this world free of biological agents. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your views. Thank you very much for sharing with us the piece of wisdom. And now, without taking much time, I would like to go to the questions.